when you were talking about the defensive lines, progress into the new scheme and kind of, gelling together. I wonder kind of what progress you've seen from the unit since then and kind of how you would evaluate them as a whole.
Yeah, I'm really proud and excited about the growth of this group, how we started, how we came together, and just kind of the, adding new pieces of the puzzle with some pieces that have been here and then losing some pieces along the way. So, when you put everything together, I'm pleased with where we are. I think guys worked really hard to pick up the scheme. I think they're working tirelessly just to improve every day. So I'm very, very pleased at where we are.
It seems like maybe since Thanksgiving, there's, it seems like the line has even picked it up. Montez has batted pass, scoop and scores, things like that. Is there something that you've seen that's maybe, taken it up a notch, or is that, kind of the same result or the same process getting a different result?
I think it's when you have success, success grows belief. And I think they're believing in each other. They're believing in the scheme and they're leaning on each other. And, when a guy like Tez, who's got those super long arms, he's got a great chance to bat a pass. You're going to run to the football because, there's a chance you may get that ball. And I think the skill set we have on our defensive front, guys believe in them, and as they should. And I think they're leading the way, and just they got to continue to work.
Thank you.
Do your previous experiences against guys like Russell and Lamar help you guys going into this one against Jalen?
Yeah, anytime you play against a mobile quarterback, it's always helped that you've done it before, and we played against some of the best this year so far. So it'll be another good test for us to see our growth, to be honest with you. And I'm looking forward to the challenge.
The easy narrative to when you're handling these guys is just, maintain your rush lanes, keep them pinned in, that kind of thing. But how hard is that? And, is that your main point of emphasis to slow down a mobile quarterback, or what things do you tell your players?
Well, yeah, as a D-line coach, I would always love perfect rush lanes, but that doesn't happen, so it's going to take a group effort of the guys. And really the main focus is doing your job, whether it be in the run game, if the quarterback tries to get into the zone read world, doing your job. If it's in the pass game, hey, whether we're playing against, a less mobile quarterback or, a great runner, we still have to do our job. So the focus is not brand new for the week. The focus is always doing your job. We're just facing a different type of opponent.
Thank you.
Matt Parrish, John Kine, Ben Standing.
Hey, Sam. Just curious, what in your opinion makes a great pass rushing tandem, and are Montez and Chase already there?
Well, as their coach, I'm going to tell you they're not there yet. There's a lot more that we can get done. Okay, so we're not at that great level yet, but they do have a skill set that allows great growth. I think working off of each other is the big key component of you start growing that competitive nature between each other. And if you ever see them, they're always talking to each other. So they're always trying to improve each other's game. But they're two young players and they still have a lot to learn. And they're still growing and maturing. And it's going to be fun to watch them do that, because each week you see them, learning something new, putting something else in their pocket and taking it along their journey with them.
And what does that greatness to you look like at the highest level? Just how can they complement each other?
If you look at all the rushers in this league, when it's time to go, they're ready to go. Okay. And if you look at, if you take, whether you take Nick Bosa or both of the Bosa brothers, I really should say, or you take a guy like, just guys that have done it off the edge. When you look at Von Millers, when you look at Khalil Max, when the ball is ready to be thrown, they're on the scene. Okay. And true rushers have that ability and they have that knack. And that's what we're trying to grow into our young rushers up front. And we're working towards that.
Thank you.
Hey, Sam, when you say facing a guy like Hurts is another good test to see the growth, what is the growth that you need to see in order to maybe handle somebody like that better?
So because we're in-house and we know what defense we called, we know what scheme we're running. So I want to see accountability. If we get accountability on each play from our guys, we feel like talent-wise we have a good group. Now it's accountability and execution. So we can execute this game plan that we have. That's growth. That's growth from this young group, and we can build on that.
And then with this team overall, and Ron was talking about how resilient this team is. You've been around him as a coach for a while. How much do you think that resiliency maybe stems from having a coach who's gone through what he has, even having a quarterback who has gone through what Alex has? How much do you think some of that comes from that?
So with Coach and Alex, I mean, two great examples of we keep fighting. That's number one. I think the second thing that helps us greatly is the message never changes. You know, we could have been 8-0 or 0-8. The message is not going to change. And I think that consistency from Coach Rivera is what helps guide this team. You know, you're going to have ups and downs throughout the season. There's not very many 16-0 seasons, and there's a reason for it. You're going to have ups and downs. But that consistent message we get from not only Coach Rivera, but from Jack Del Rio, I think it just resonates with the guys, and it makes them understand we just keep going. We keep working.
Thanks.
Hey, Sam, we've heard from various players, and we've seen some of the video of Chase Young being an emotional leader for this team despite being a rookie. Just curious, what does that mean for you as a coach when you have a guy who, if he isn't maybe already, is already projected to be the best player on a defense? What does that do for you when you're trying to get the message out to other players?
It's great. You know, we use that as a great avenue. Chase has grown into a leader, and I always remind people of this. Part of his being a leader is part of learning from leaders before him. And in our group specifically, you know, we have John Allen, who's a captain. We have Ryan Kerrigan, who's done it great for so many years. We've got Matt Ioannidis, who's one of our leaders. So he got to learn from those guys before he kind of took his piece of the puzzle. And, you know, as a coach, it's great. You do tend to lean on those guys when you need to get a message across for the leadership aspect. And you really know they're starting to get it when you don't even have to say anything. It can be something as simple as a look, and you get a head nod that they understand and it's time to go, or it's time to, you know, push the group, or just little things. And his maturity level coming in, you know, that's been what's been so outstanding. And that's why he's going to end up being one of our great leaders.
And on the other end of the depth chart, you've got guys like James Smith-Williams and Casey Toohill. We haven't obviously talked about a lot. Just curious, what have you seen from them over the course of the year? Obviously, Toohill's only been a recent acquisition.
Well, yeah, so starting with James, you know, James is so talented. James can play a lot of different positions for us, and we're excited about that, number one. Number two, James is really mature, and I joke with him all the time. I tell him he's an old man. And he's got a very confident and just a seriousness approach to the game. Talking about Casey, I really like Casey. I love Casey's energy, and Casey is a student of the game. I will get random text messages from Casey asking about different things because he's always studying. He's just always looking into things. And when you have guys like that in your room, I mean, it makes it a lot easier. It makes it fun to teach, and you look forward to their success.
Last two, JP Finley and Nikki Jambala.
Hey, Sam, I just wanted to ask, it's around the NFL, it's kind of been presumed that Chase Young will win Defensive Rookie of the Year. How do you think he stacks up for that award?
Honestly, I can't tell you because I don't get to watch all the other rookies. I know he's my favorite rookie in my room. So, I mean, hey, the awards, the way they shake out, people have votes, and that's their opinion. But Chase is very valuable to us. I can tell you that.
Thanks.
Hi, Sam. You have a group on the line that could theoretically stay together for quite some time. How much can that help a positional group and a defense as a whole?
Oh, I think it can help tremendously. I think when you get a chance to play with guys and you learn little things about your teammate and what, you know, how they may like to play a run or play the rush, I think it helps out tremendously when you get defenses staying together. I think in this league, when you see the movement and you see new parts having to fit together, it takes time for that to gel. This year is our time to gel. It truly is. And I think if they can stick together and work with each other and work off of each other, you know, it's limitless what this group can do.